Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're happy to have you here. We're starting our Final Fantasy XIV stream today. Welcome, welcome. See, last time we left off here, we were in the in Girabania at the Peering Stones. Need to finish up a quest there, getting started, but how are y'all doing? I hope everything's going okay. Let us know down in the chat how you're doing. Got anything else you want to talk about? By all means, just drop a message down there as well. We're happy to be here with you. So finishing up our quest here in the Peering Stones with Monago, and we'll continue on and just keep going. We're working on Stormblood. We're in the middle of Stormblood. See if we can get this zone cleared today, perhaps.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Ananta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana.
The Kaliana are another Ananta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Ananta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Ala Mhigo. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Ala Mhigo and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the brood mother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Veera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us.
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
Yep, that'd be me.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Yeah, we got ether current quest, it looks like. We'll get this one started first. We're going to get us a new body piece. All right. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I have been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in the battle, but Ramu would sooner keep to the forests with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her unto this world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north you will find our village. Sarisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Minago, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Yeah, that's another ether current quest. Oh, sorry. I was distracted by the grumbling of my stomach. Thanks to the Garleans, we've been having trouble maintaining our food stores. Custom dictates that any game brought back to the village must be distributed evenly amongst everyone, but there hasn't been much to go around lately. Without fear of harassment from the Garleans, we can finally begin hunting again, but there's still much to do if we're going to replenish our supplies. Any chance you'd be willing to help? If you could bring back, say, 3 Peleosauruses, it would be a great help. You'll find them to the north of here, but don't kill them. We need their meat to be as fresh as possible when it's put away. When you've worn them down enough, you can stuff them into these bags without much of a fight. Now, I know what you're thinking, but trust me, they'll fit. Stay safe out there. Okay. Sure thing. Oh, boy. So, let's see. We need to get us some Tellerosises. Let's see. Do they give me something here? What did we get here? Yep, a burlap sack. So, let me get this straight. Somehow we're going to put these big guys down here in a burlap sack. It's magic. I love it. And we've got no other quests in the zone. Well, there's this one. Oh, that's the one over near Castrum Abania, which is not that's not an ether current quest. That's the continuation from the last ether current quest, but we won't be worrying about that one. All right, well, there's one. Let's see. We just need to wear it down. We don't want to destroy it here. All right. I really don't even need my bird out here either. No point. How far down we gotta get this guy? That works. All right. One down, two more to go, and conveniently there are two over here. See what we can do anyways. Help the targeting, wouldn't it? I know, you don't want to go in that small bag. Alright. So I've got 3 of these big Tellerosises in burlap sacks, I guess just in my back pocket there somewhere. There, just add water, they'll come back to full size. You're back. Do those bags contain what I think they do? Wow, you really did it. Not that I didn't think you could, mind you. It's just been so long since anyone here's had the guts to contend with those beasts. You can be sure we'll make good use of them. Their meat for rations is a given, but their horns and bones will make good tools, and their hides can make belts and boots. Did you know that the Teleosaurus isn't even native to these lands? The Garleans used them for carrying freights, but the Sods couldn't keep them under control. A few of them escaped into the wilds, started breeding, and here we are. I guess you could say it's a blessing in disguise. If they hadn't brought Teleosauruses here, we'd have one less source of meat and materials for fashioning our tools. Good to know. All right, well, let's get on our way here. If you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. We're playing Stormblood. We're I don't know, about halfway through or so. Level 67 quest currently. Seeing if we can clear this zone today. Let's see here. Northwest. Oh yeah. See if we can go nav. Grab this one. I think there's one more over there while we can, after we get a little further in the quest here. Yeah, northeast a little ways. Can jump off here. Oh yeah. Convenient. Just can't jump back up that way. We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and we come seeking Sarisha of the Vera. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them, but we would first learn more of Sri Lakshmi, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, and one which I shall gladly oblige. In the beginning was Sri Lakshmi. We were created in her image, daughters blessed with her beauty. Her breath became ours, her serenity our solace. There is naught she would not give. 'Twas the Kalyana broodmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection which first called forth Sri Lakshmi from the ether. That being the case, I rather doubt the goddess will be spoiling for a fight. That would depend. The primal's motives will have been colored by the summoner's state of mind, namely, that of a grieving mother who had just borne witness to her daughter's murder. Though she apparently craved a miracle, she may have also harbored thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kalyana's conception of Sri Lakshmi may differ from that of the Vera. This is true. The Vera and the Kalyana do indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To the Vera, Sri Lakshmi embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will, and so we stand with the resistance against the Empire and give our lives for the cause. To the Kalyana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty which they strive to create through their craft. To shape crystal is less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Imperials do not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kalyana were content to turn inward and ignore our plight. Until reality asserted itself, and they summoned a primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they can see that it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will. The Kalyana bade the Vera make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Remember, those who do not wish to partake of their primal's bliss will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still kin to the Kalyana. Will you help them to see reason? You can count on us. Then we shall, for without you we may be powerless to stop them. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. Then it's settled. We're going to find that primal and put an end to this. My sister Vajra will guide you to Janan Khat, and I shall pray for your success. Well met, Scions. I am Vajra, she who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. Alright, new body piece. And we are at eye level 288 now. Super duper. The Lady of Bliss. Earrings. Yeah, we won't be needing earrings. You are ready? You look ready. Janan Khat. There you find the Kalyana's crystals and Sri Lakshmi. Follow me. And I see another ether current quest here. Trying to hide over there on the edge of my local map. Adventurer, I would ask a favor of you. In recent days, strange men have been stealing prey from our hunting grounds. They appear to be Ala Mhigans, but they do not recognize us as allies. They refuse to listen when we explain they are trespassing. If they were to see another strider in our company, they may not be so quick to fight and flee. They were last spotted to the east of here. Please, go and speak with them before anyone comes to harm. Okay. I could do that. There it is. The purple glowy circle battle. Come here, dance partner. You stunned me. Are you okay, Vera Bowmaid? Please wait if you would listen for just a moment. Ah, keep that thing away from me. Alright, running away, strapping leader. I fear they won't listen to anything I have to say. Would you go after him and explain his people are trespassing? I must tend to my wounds. We'll run into more of those later. You were trying to help that thing, weren't you? What do you want? They only wanted us to leave their hunting grounds, so they're not savage monsters looking to feast on our innards? I see. Sorry about before. It's not every day you see something like that where I come from. Me and my friends are from a small village in the peaks, you see, and with the Garleans blocking all ways in and out of the place, we'd never traveled far. Now that they're mostly gone, we thought we'd have a look about, maybe scavenge for a bit of food. We didn't mean no harm, honest. If it's all the same to you, we'll leave and go look for food somewhere far, far away from here. Okay, you do that. We'll go turn that in and continue on with our story. So I hope everyone's doing okay today. Drop us a message down in the chat if you got anything to say. Even tips and suggestions are welcome here. You got ideas about the game, let us know down there too. Of course, if you just prefer to lurk and enjoy the atmosphere and the story with us, that's fine too. We're just happy to have you here. You are returned. Were they willing to listen? Men from the peaks. Interesting. We were concerned the M tribe may have coerced them into stealing from our land. My sisters will be relieved to hear this. If these people are desperate enough to venture here for food, perhaps we can help them. A deal of some kind. A share of our food stores in exchange for materials for our gem crafting. Yes, that would be a fair trade. I will need to discuss this with my sisters. The beginning of a fruitful partnership may be at hand. Awesome, awesome. Should be it. Yeah, there's just that one, which is not an ether current quest. Janan Kat. The path leads to an entrance above. Within is an aetherite. You must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone. Finding a new location. Saber dance. Alright. Step gauge and fourfold feathers unlocked. Fourfold feathers. And the step gauge. Oh, okay. Technical step will display 4 icons on the step gauge. Executing the corresponding actions, followed by technical finish, increases the damage dealt. Oh, okay. Saber dance. Alright, let me try to remember what we do here. Alright, that is an AoE. Put that over there. That's a 2-minute cooldown for that one. Okay. Yeah, I think I may want to put that down here. Or over here. Let's see. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's start there. Let's just leave it there for now. Figure out what's going to be more convenient while I'm fighting stuff. Oops. Hello. Yeah, I figured you were going to tag me. Alright, well, we better stop and fight these. I'm getting into the middle of stuff here. Big AoE there. Well, let's stay on foot then until we get past these guys. It's convenient of them to be looking everywhere but the path. Ooh. They are looking forward, aren't they? And I think this will be our last ether current out in the open for this zone. Yeah. Pretty good.
Why, mistress? Why does my Ala Mhigo slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade, not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alize, have you gone mad?
Yeah, really. Just run out there, why don't you?
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood!
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor, misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
Oh, didn't know I could do
Abide
that.
in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
I know. It was stupid and foolish, but I had to try, Anne. I had to. I had to try. And I failed, so you have to fight. There is no other way. I'll wake them from the dream. Thank you, Anne. I know you will. We can but do that which is within our power. Lise, Alphino, and I will go and seize their crystal stores. This will not happen again. And you, when it is finished, we will be waiting for you. Thank you. All right, well, let's queue up for that. See how long it's going to take for us to get into that one. Yeah, it says about 6 minutes. We'll see. All right, in the meantime, let's see, what could we work on while waiting for that to pop? See, I've got some hunt marks we can go work on. Let's see, what have I got? 1 stars, elite. Hunt. This is, oh, Thextera. Yeah, over in the Dravanian Forelands, if we run into him somewhere. And then there's more of these 1-star. Let's see. Oh, the Scarab Beetles in the peaks. Oh, yeah, we were going to go try one of those before. That'll finish off our 1-star stacks. Head over there. If this pops quickly, that'll be great, though. Get this out of the way so we can continue on with the story there after this fight. Any more ether quests here? We have one we've got to finish up here, so we might as well do that while we're out here hunting for Scarab Beetles if we have the time. We've tried going over here 2 times so far while we were waiting for queues and gotten interrupted both times, which is fine. We'll just do whatever we have to do. We can do these anytime, but it's something we can do while we wait for these queues to pop. Get us a few Centurio seals. And let's see, we need 1 more of those. We finished off our 1-star veteran clan mark bills. There's what we need. Alright, Choco Buddy. that'll be that. I'll just teleport back over to finish that up. Nice to see you return. It'd be even nicer if you happened to be in possession of certain stones. Such as these. Yes, this is exactly what I was after. Let's waste no time in showing them to the others. It's been far too long since the last ray of hope shone into the villagers' miserable lives. Awesome. And let's see, how is our ether current list doing here? Yeah, we've just got one final quest in the fringes. We'll be able to fly there. Here in the peaks, of course, we've got several remaining. Alright, so what's the next? See if we go to someplace for our 2-star veteran clan marks. It's undone here. Matanga and the Azim Steppe. Oh, I remember where those are, I think. Let's head over there. Somewhere over here by the dawn. And we're 7 minutes into our queue now. There they are. One more of those. Let's see. Nowhere else to go in there. Let's go around the corner here. Down here. Maybe. See another one way back there too. Oh, we got bosom buddies too. Awesome. Finished off our 2-star clan marks. Let's check out our 3 stars here. What's the elite one that we're looking for? Over in the Ruby Sea for our Stormblood elite mark. And Abaddon. Oh, we haven't gotten there yet. Coral shells over in the Ruby Sea, we can do those. Fun times. Through here, maybe. Oh, I want to go north of here. That's right. Those things, I think. Yeah. Some in that cave, I think, too. There it goes. Perfect timing. All right. 15 Centurio seals, and let's go do this fight. One healer, perhaps busy in the middle of something while waiting for that to pop too. Alright, let's see who I pick.
Rise to violence! Open your heart to me!
See if I can muddle my way through this one.
Your weary souls in my bosom. shall free you from your hate! Surrender to bliss. Do not your souls weigh heavy? Your souls are stained. I shall free you from your hate!
Go, buddy. Take her out. There she goes. She's done. Hey, Kitox, welcome. Good to see you here. How are you doing today? Yeah, I've still got my my buff on me there, then my bubble. Nice. Oh, it dissipated. Yeah, watching random streamers while you craft. I've been there myself. Yep. Well, enjoy yourself.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help. So, it looks like the Ananta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slave! mistress! She was our hope, our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Abania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Ala Mhigo.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble, sir? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
All right, well, let's see. Get this one done. I wish we could have left on better terms, but that was never going to happen. It could be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals, though. Never mind. We'll deal with that when the time comes. And no earrings here. I'm not going to take those because we've got the Menfinas. Yeah. There's our last ether current. All right. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us bear word to them of Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Viranilya. All right, let's see here. Ah, the winds whispered of your success, and your eyes confirmed their testimony. The Lady of Bliss no longer holds our Kalyana sisters in her thrall. For this, we thank you. Anne did the deed. We were but witnesses to her heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning, for there is no cure for that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sister's plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path, so that the day you speak of never comes. We're all in this together. Ala Mhigans and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully in time, they will too. You and yours will ever be friends of the Vera. On that, you have my word. We should be getting back to the Peering Stones. Thank you again, Sarisha, for everything. Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Tarapin came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sri Lakshmi's gone. But I should probably start at the beginning. So you see, we did this, and then we did a thing, and then another thing. Incredible! I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You've saved a lot of lives, Anne. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Kalyana's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient ether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vera on how best to enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters, then. What news of the Imperials? None, which itself is troubling. It seems as though the Skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Veladina. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally! He was also most emphatic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the Warrior of Light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or as quick as her, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Aye, you've earned this respite, so enjoy it. And the same goes for you, Minago. You've been away from your family too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. Yeah, quest complete. We love it. Heh, looks like it's up to me and mine to give you lot a proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of the Veladina. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, come, eat your fill of our food and drink deep of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Ida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. But they wouldn't let us have even that. Theodoric, Gaius. Of course, Father and Ida had to fight. I would have too if I'd been older, but they didn't have to die. It never ends, does it? They call us beasts, and they treat us like them. They push and they push and they... until someone pushes back, until someone takes up arms or summons a god, a false god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die and nothing gets better, and it just goes on and on and on. You'd have to ask them. I don't think the gods listen to people like me. Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, eh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well, Anne. Thanks. You too, Lise. And there we go. There is something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? We must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. Yay, can fly here now. And level 68 quest. Oh yeah, I could take time out to do my next dancer quest too, I think. Let's see here. I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Then let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There is a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Alright, so I think I will do that. Might as well get that one done. Over to Gridania to start this one. Then we'll just port back here and continue on with the story there. Not that one. Let's see, where are they? Here. Just across the way there. Get my mouse focused here. Yep. There we go. Yeah. Peloton for all of about 50 feet. Ah, Anne, your timing is impeccable. I just received word from Ishgard. The powers that be have decided to welcome Troop Falsium with open arms. Fortunately, there are no rumors to suggest that the Totentans has already struck in the city or any of the surrounding regions in Kurthus. And yet, word has it that some of the less privileged residents of the city have grown increasingly vocal of late, not entirely unlike what we witnessed in Ul'dah. We must be vigilant. And so I would like to ask you and Rana to make for the Holy See as soon as you are able. I would join you, but I fear my wounds are not healing as quickly as I had hoped. I would only slow you down. Leave it to us, Mistress Nashmira. No matter what shadows plague the people's hearts, there'll be no match for your two favorite protégés. Come, Anne. Ishgard awaits us. Which way was it again? Just hang tight, get in my party, and I'll teleport you. Well, I can hit the right menu item there. There we go. And where are they sit? Oh, not too far away there, it looks like. Why, my arms and legs feel like they're going to freeze and snap off like icicles. How can you even bear this, Anne? Well, let's see. The secret would be dressing a little warmer than you currently are, I think. Yeah, mind over matter. Ha! I suppose I just need to grin and bear it then. Oh well, once we start dancing, it should warm us up in no time. Anyhow, our first order of business is to pay our respects to our hosts. I've been told that one Sir Handaloop awaits us at a place they call the Congregation. I take it that you know the way? Indeed I do. Oh yeah. Hey, hey, hey. It's Firm Albert. Awesome. Well met, Anne. It is always a pleasure to welcome you back to Ishgard. Though I must say, I did not expect to see you return to us as a member of a traveling... Whoops, hey, sorry. Hey, hey, it's Firm. Yeah, I wanted to clip that. Though I must say, I did not expect to see you return to us as a member of a traveling dance troupe. Just wait until you see her on stage. She's a sight to behold. Oh, but forgive me, my name is Ala Mhigo, and I thank you for opening the gates of your fair city to Troop Falsium. The pleasure is ours. I must confess that I found the report from our friends at the Twin Adder regarding this Dance of the Damned somewhat difficult to believe, but if even a great hero like Anne here would come all the way here for this purpose, I would be a fool to dismiss the threat. And yet, I have questions. The instructions from your Mistress Nashmira called for rounding up prominent members of the commoner class and seating them front and center at your performance. I did not object, of course, but whatever purpose is this meant to serve? The Totentans is a plague that spreads from one man's heart to the next, and those whose hearts weigh heaviest with anger, fear, and unease are often the first to fall prey to its clutches. If we can assemble influential members of the community and free their hearts from shadow before disaster strikes, these men and women could in turn raise the spirits of their peers. Mistress Nashmira believes this is our best hope for curtailing the spread of the Totentans. Where the leaders go, so others will follow. I suppose it is as logical a course of action as any. Very well. I have already identified suitable personages and extended to them an invitation to your performance. The venue will be before the gates of judgment. We believe this location would be most accessible to those who live outside the city walls. Thank you kindly, my good sir. Well then, Anne, we'd best get on our way. We don't want to keep our audience waiting out there in the freezing cold, do we? Oh, why did I remind myself about the cold? Indeed, why did you remind yourself? Alright, see what we got to do for this one. Oh, silly me, I can fly here. Alright. Talk about an imposing audience. Now, let's give them a show to remember. Oh, and Anne, let's keep the true purpose of our performance to ourselves, alright? We don't want to cause a panic, after all. If we can draw out and dispel the darkness before the Totentan strikes, our task will be that much easier. And besides, we want our audience to enjoy the show, don't we? I must admit, I'm a bit nervous, but I know we'll be fine if we trust in each other. All right, here goes nothing. Watch closely and follow my lead. Ladies, gentlemen, fair citizens of the Holy See, hailing from distant Radzit-Han in the east, we are Troop Falsium. Today we dance for you the Kriegstanz, an ancient art passed down to us from days of yore. Though the Kriegstanz was born on the battlefield, it is a dance that brings healing and succor. Your people suffered for too long the horrors of the Dragon Song War. Let our performance fill your hearts with hope and heal any scars that may still linger. And now, without further ado, let the show begin. I've never seen dancing like this before. It stirs the very depths of my soul. Just watching her, I can feel all my pain and anger melting away. Oops. Pay no mind to those ominous clouds. It's all a part of the performance, you see. Yes, Troop Falsium spares no expenses in treating our audience to a spectacle for the senses. That's your cue, Anne. Now, sweep those nasty shadows away. Okay. Hey, let's bring out the chocobo here too, since we got a glowy purple circle battle here. Hey, dance partner. That's it? Okay. Of course, I'm level 76 here, trying to do a 68 quest, but whatever. When I received a sudden invitation to this performance, I didn't know what to expect, but that was simply remarkable. Ever since the show ended, my mind is clear and all my troubles just don't seem so bad anymore. And I the same. I must say that last scene where those fearsome shadow beasts appeared was particularly dramatic and invigorating. It's the strangest feeling. Even though my lot in life hasn't changed one bit, I feel like I'll be able to face tomorrow with my head held high. Aw, you folks are far too kind. But I thank you one and all. Never in my life have I felt so proud to be a dancer. Nothing quite like seeing all those smiling, satisfied faces, don't you agree, Anne? Excuse me. Just the thought that we were able to bring a measure of happiness and hope to these proud, strong people makes all the hard hours of training worthwhile. And can you believe it? We were even able to stave off the shadows before the Totentons even struck. I do believe we've more than done Nashmira proud. Obligatory head nod. I dare say our job here is done, so why don't we head back to Gridania and share the good tidings with everyone? I'll race you there. All right, back to Gridania near the Adder's Nest. Finish that off and then continue on with the main story. Anne, it's Mistress Nashmira. She's gone. It's good of you to put on some warmer clothes there, too. Settle down, Rana. Nothing ill has befallen our leader. She has simply taken a leave of absence, entirely of her own volition. Said she had a matter to attend to with an old friend. The same friend who introduced her to our patron, Master Gegaruju, if I recall. She was reluctant to go into detail, but it would seem this individual is also familiar with the Totentons and has been researching the situation in Ala Mhigo on our behalf. Miss Nashmira means to join her there and scout out a suitable venue for our ultimate performance. She has asked that you and Rana continue training on your own until such time as she summons us. Would it have killed her to at least wait for our report? Or does this mean that she actually trusts us? If Mistress Nashmira believes in our ability to handle affairs, I suppose we owe her the same in return. If recent rumors are to be believed, Ala Mhigo is on the verge of winning its battle for freedom. Surely it's only a matter of time before its people are ready to welcome us. At the same time, much like Ishgard, it is a land whose people have known more than their fair share of suffering. We will need to be at our best to deliver them from the dance of the damned. You know what that means, Anne. We must train with greater discipline than ever before. That's right. Alright, we'll save our level 70 quest until we get to the main story, level 72, just for the heck of it. Alright. Speak to the Alliance recruit to continue our story. And get to enjoy flying for a little bit here until we move into the next zone where we get to run around again. Scions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Ala Mhigo and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, eh? All right.
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. See those three towers to the east? That's her. Sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Veladina was so important, eh? Right then, come along. They're waiting for us in Ala Mhigo. All right, need those for my hunt log. But for my Land Centurio marks. There we go. 15 Centurio seals for that. And some more experience for Choco Buddy there. Let's see, how's he moving along? Yeah, just barely into rank 6. It's gonna take a long time for him unless we focus on him more. Don't need any of these, it looks like. Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine, the Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you are ready. Some more body pieces here. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. That everyone? Then let us begin. Alighieri is ours, and for a mercy, we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperials' motivations? For Zenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Ala Mhigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Abania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I've no doubt that Zenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault, then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve in Alighieri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you in the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Anne after what she's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. Don't do anything too reckless, all right? I won't. I promise I'll do what Conrad says. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alice can stay with Anne. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility,
Oh, my head.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Guardians are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Zenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Ala Mhigo, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specula Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Found you.
So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Arenvald's squadron. They are already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. And no ether current quests yet here. Alright, let's patrol White Rock then. Oh, I better tag my etherite here. Okay, a glowy purple spot. We'll nab that ether current on the way here. Oops, didn't mean to do that yet. Oh well. Alright, Alice, you've been busy too. Give me a moment, Anne. Say that again if you would. No, maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Arenvald. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, Anne? Any trouble? Just a little. And there I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specula Imperatoris is going well.
You've improved, man.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Zenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Killed our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Zenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Rudolph, Emlyn. For us. For our people. For our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Seven hells!
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards! Their people were still fighting! Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
By the 12, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at Castrum Abania. But that was an Imperial installation and their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. Agreed. This way. There's no time to lose. It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother. Right now. I need only prise them open to pass through. That's great. I'm glad you're here, Lieutenant. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us, on Specula Imperatoris. I didn't think they had it in them, to kill their own men just to kill us. Gods, damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it was struck. But that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating and many remain unaccounted for. Alice? Alice, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with family just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north. You take the east. Thank you. I think I can manage on my own. For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Hall. Ye gods, what were the Imperials thinking? Oh, and I got a new body piece, didn't I? Which can't fit in the armory chest. Alright, let's do some more cleaning here before we continue on. Let's see, there's one. And I still haven't dumped my gear at the Grand Company turn-in. Oh well. Pieces there. Let's see if we can free up some body pieces here. To take out the materia there. There we go. Alright, that should be good enough for now. There we go, got our new body piece on. Eye level 289 average now. Just give me a moment to let the world stop spinning, would you? There. Alighieri's not far. I'll make it. I'll make it. Everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. An adventurer. Ward of House Fortam. We fought together on the steps of faith. You saved my life back then, and now. I can walk, thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. Conrad! Conrad, can you hear me? Nago, put him down over there.
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Ala Mhigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Meanwhile, in the chaos of Castrum Abania,
Next round! Double the charge!
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
That's the cerulean pipeline!
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon! The savages are coming!
Damn straight we are. Yeah, Estinian bought us some time there. Awesome. We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead, we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy, and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God's as my witness, there will be a reckoning. Forgive me. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Commander Kemp's body, find my sister, and return to Alagiri. There, that should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alphino. Tell me he is all right. I found Alphino. He's all right. Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Though, saying that, what will the Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Alagiri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way. Ether currents nearby? Nope. It wasn't long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. I half expected you were about to slit my throat. To hell's with this. I should be back home in Ilsabard instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Good idea. Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose and I was having trouble getting it back on. I should be fine the rest of the way. Oh, bless you, Wait, is that you, Anne? I didn't recognize you at first. Been feeling a bit dizzy. Must have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going. Anne, we have given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when, rites must needs be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. All Alliance and Resistance units have now withdrawn from Specula Imperatoris. It is time we spoke with General Alden. These deaths weigh heavy on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader, he was a patriot, but above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when next you face the enemy. It will carry us far, General, of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step toward Ala Mhigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castrum Abania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reached the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again, mayhap due to a malfunction? Or one of their officers found his conscience after the first barrage, or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated they continue. Then I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the Resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago, I do, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papaimo and I arrived at Ralgar's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the Resistance, and then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions. But even then, I knew deep down that it was an excuse, that I was still afraid of following my heart because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Ida. But then I met someone on the other side of the world who had struggled with the same worries, and as we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. And now, it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left, and of the ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. But don't worry, Nago, I'll come back, I promise. While I acknowledge Commander Hecht's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Lieutenant, would you go with her? Would have done it even if you hadn't asked, sir. Then it is settled. We will await your return. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry to drag you into this, Anne. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now, all I can do is be myself. And I think that's all he would have wanted, at least. Yay, a new weapon. And that went to my inventory. Okay. Let's dump some more. Here we go. Now average eye level of 290. Above the churning waters. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the Castrum. Njunkrep's Hope. The ship stranded on the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golems guarding it, or that might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Lise, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, all right? Alrighty then. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us today while we're playing through Stormblood here. We're getting closer to the end, you know, about 75% through here perhaps for the initial part of the main story. We're here to chat with you and enjoy the story together, so if you've got any comments, anything you want to talk about, let us know. Let us know how you're doing, too, down in the comments. But if you would just prefer to lurk and enjoy the story and the atmosphere with us, by all means do that, too. We're just happy to have you here. All right, another glowy purple quest spot here. Get out my Choco Buddy here again. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. Phew, that took a bit more out of me than I expected. And here she is, Njunkrep's Hope, the ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral era. It's comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man, who accomplished such great feats that people couldn't help thinking they must be made up. But the proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to, sometimes even when they didn't want you to. It can't have been easy staying true to yourself, but we're all the better for it, me included. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Hian, or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me, and that'll just have to be enough, eh? Strange to think back on it. If we'd been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad. Or maybe both of us. What kind of monster murders their own? Is that smoke coming from Castrum Abania? Wait, it's coming from the cannon! I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance, Anne, to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend and foe. To take Castrum Abania and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's champing at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. We have to tell the others. Come on. Easier down than up, eh? Though not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. There's no time to lose, Anne. General Alden needs to know what we saw. You are returned. I only hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Nunkrep's Hope and spied smoke rising from Castrum Abania's main cannon. I think Marshal Tarapin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castrum Abania at once. It could still be a trick, but if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it is an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could simply have kept firing. Be that as it may, we need not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the castrum and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target, and we will at least know the cannon is operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk, but how are we to infiltrate the castrum? In anticipation of a day such as this, men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants through Gir Abania, including Radiata. Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions at Castrum Abania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The Resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Ala Mhigans. And at the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Alice and Anne, I am sure. Well then, if you are all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We will make ready to march on Castrum Abania. Go, and may Ralgar watch over and keep you. My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me. I confess my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for least nor less Ala Mhigo. Castrum Abania is the largest Imperial facility in the peaks, you see, and so the likelihood that Krile is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there is even a chance that Krile might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I did not take it. Understood, Alphino. So, to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we will meet with a contact recruited by Marshal Tarapin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports while Anne and Lise were away, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labor in either Specula Imperatoris or Castrum Abania. Perhaps as a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. You have the right of it. They got a better deal than most Ala Mhigans, feeding off what scraps the Imperials gave them. Damned if I know how Marshal Tarapin's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, I do, but I also understand their desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contact is a Rogadin woman. She will ask us a question. After we answer with courage, she will know us as friends. Courage, right. Put together a squadron, Nago. We'll need them soon. With me, my friends, and be ready for anything. Looks like we have at least one ether current quest here, perhaps? Yeah. Oh, what kind of gear are we getting here? Bracelet? Ooh, a bracelet. All right. Hey, you're that adventurer everyone's been talking about, aren't you? Just the woman I wanted to see. You have a bit of time to spare, I hope? Well, I'm I guess so. It seemed a bloody miracle we managed to take Ala Mhigo without spilling a drop of blood, but it was all thanks to one man, a man the Alliance would very much like to speak with. Getting him to come in for questioning, however, has proven more trouble than we thought. It's not my place to be dealing with this, to be honest with you, but I think it'd be best to resolve the matter quietly if possible. Things could get messy around here if the Alliance or the Resistance start kicking up a fuss. I'm like to draw attention if I leave my post, but you adventurers are free to move about as you please, so what do you say? Can you give me a hand? You adventurers are good folk. Now, I really shouldn't say much more out here in the open. You best go and speak with him yourself. Bot's his name. He can tell you the rest. Hey, Bot. The adventurer who slew Lord Van Baelsar? So, they've sent you to claim my head, then? No, silly man. Brazen Brook sent you to help? Oh, thank heavens! You see, I'm actually a centurion of the Garlean forces. Now, before you do anything rash, let me explain. When I learned of the Allied forces' approach, I knew we had no way of repelling them, so I ordered all of my men to retreat from Ala Mhigo. I then planned to turn myself in, but I ran into certain complications. I can see you're unconvinced. Tell you what, why not ask the villagers about me? When you hear what they have to say, I think you'll come to understand why I couldn't turn myself in. But the place wouldn't be the same without him, and we certainly have no intentions of sending him to be butchered by the Alliance. Where do you hear that name? I won't have anyone speaking ill of him. Unless you're looking to pick a fight, you'll keep your mouth shut. What do you want with Bot? He's not in trouble, is he? We already told the Alliance scum they can't have him. There you are. Now, do you see the cause for my hesitation? In light of their reaction to my being arrested, the Alliance has allowed me to remain here for the time being, but for all intents and purposes, I am a war prisoner. The villagers initially meant to keep me hidden, but harboring one's enemy is a serious crime, no matter whose side you're on, and I've heard what the Alliance does to those who help Garleans. The stuff of nightmares, I tell you. My execution is assured the moment they take me into custody, but if the villagers should take arms in protest, they don't deserve such a bloody fate. Brazen Brook has made a valiant effort to assuage the people's anger, but there's only so much a man in his position can do. I know how strange this may seem, but I want you to convince the people of Ala Mhigo to allow for my surrender. Trying to do this. Controller, I don't know what's wrong with the controller here. Let's try resetting. Of course, I could just use my mouse too. Alright, that do it. There we go. Controller's back working again. Get our new bracelet. Still average 290 eye level. Alright, good. Let's see, were there any other quests in the area? Nope. Right back to the main story then. Yay, giant grasshoppers. Survey says... See, what did I tell you? Let us continue on to Specula Imperatoris. Of course, there were still soldiers lurking about. Fortunately, they were no match for Lys. Come, Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see smoke above Castrum Abania anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already? Hard to say. Alphino said we were looking for a Rogadin woman, right? And that we should answer her question with courage? I suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them until we find our contact. Let me know if you find her, and I'll do the same. There's one peeking out over there. Ain't seen you around before. Takes a certain kind of woman to walk into a place like this uninvited. One with courage, I suppose. Courage, you say? Well, that's in short supply these days. Better to keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too if you like, 'cause I'll not speak on it more. At least not here. Outside Radiata, behind those barricades over yonder, on the other hand. Hey, was that who I think it was? Well, that's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alphino and Alice. We'll meet you there. Southwest. Yeah, we'll go down and grab that and then come back here. Okay, we've got all the outdoor ether currents. Just need to do the quest-related ones now. Not followed, were you? Good. That all of you, is it? Let's get to it then. Name yourselves. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, friends of Marshal Tarapin. Name Stark, Stark Woad. The rest you know, or we wouldn't be here. This is about Specula Imperatoris in the canon, isn't it? Just so. Can you tell us what happened? Aye. I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling the cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, they say. One man single-handedly disabled the cannon? That beggars belief. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Wish I could tell you more, but the incident had everyone jumping at shadows and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Ala Mhigo help have been sent home indefinitely. So the cannon could already be fully operational. We need to sneak inside Castrum Abania to ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? Aye, that much I can do. I've pieced together a map of the interior over the years, and I know for a fact that there are multiple points of entry. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. We may be few in number, but I have faith that we can see this through. Oh, level 69 now. We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make our preparations. And you and your ever-dependable allies will enter the castrum with my sister, and I by way of the ventilation ducts leading to the hangars. From there, you will proceed into weapons research and unleash bloody mayhem. At the same time, Alice and I will create a diversion elsewhere, and in the ensuing confusion, Lisa and her unit will attempt to reach the fire control center undetected. If all goes to plan, our three parties will subsequently converge on this location, and together we will secure the cannon before finally notifying the Alliance that they are clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go and brief Nago on the details. The rest of you come with me. We'll need to deal with the Magitech patrols before you can infiltrate the castrum. And we have got some ether current quests to do. Looks like at least one there. Hang on a sec. Go ahead and get Choker Buddy all partnered up here. Too. Tag me or no? Alright, avoided that one. Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, we'll be clear to advance. Assuming they keep to their usual schedule, might be prudent to stand watch for a moment after, just in case. And another one. By Ralgar, I knew you lot were good, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. Anne is the finest warrior I know, and I should like to think we have learned something from our time in her company. Now, where's the entrance to the ducts? Right behind you. I've mapped the branches, so you should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any number of other places. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. As discussed, Anne, we shall divide into 2 groups and proceed via separate routes into the Castrum. Remember that our objective is to cause as much chaos as possible to draw the Imperials away from Lise and her men. If there's nothing else, I'll return to the Resistance forces and show them to their entrance. May Ralgar guide you to victory. This is your last chance to make your preparations, Anne. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. Right, so we got that unlocked. We will do that one in the next stream. For now, let's pick up these other ether current quests. We'll get to a stopping point here and be finishing up for today, I think. There's one there. Ponderous border. You're not from around here, are you? You'd never see an Ala Mhigan strike up a conversation with a Radiata resident. But seeing as we're already talking, I have a job that's just right for an outsider like you. Talk with the girl behind that building over there and she'll give you all the details. She's a bit testy, mind you. About bloody time. Here, take this supply crate and trade it with the merchant in Alighieri for food. He's usually lurking in an alley somewhere. Shifty bastard. You'll know him when you see him. Do not tell him a Radiata native sent you. There'll be no grub for us if you do. And no more quests here. And that's down in Alighieri, so we'll port there. And finish up here for today. All right, well, let's see. I think we'll finish there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Tomorrow we will also do some more Final Fantasy XIV, continuing our Stormblood story. So hope to see you then, and hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. And let's see. I think I may look for something else here. Hang on a sec. Nope, that'll do it. All right, well, take care of yourselves. I hope to see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.